Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our November edition of ExtraHop TLDR, Turkey Legs Done Right. Just kidding. It's a quick refresh of what you may have missed in cybersecurity. I'm Rachel Peppel.
I'm Paul Diddy, and watch that deep fryer.
And I'm Justin Carter, and each month we're going to recap some interesting stories from ExtraHop and other cybersecurity industry leaders so you don't have to. Everything we talk about today will be available on our blog, and we'll include a link at the end of the broadcast. Okay, let's get going.
All right. Fun facts: encrypted protocols are used to mask lateral movement and other advanced tactics in 60% of the 30 most exploited network vulnerabilities. It's true, and it's why it's so hard to detect attacks like living off the land and Kerberos golden ticket attacks. But there's good news. ExtraHop has expanded decryption support for Microsoft authentication and application protocols, providing high-fidelity detection for this new class of attacks. To get the full story, check out our recent press release.
And speaking of this new class of attacks, when it comes to incident response and network forensics, we all know that time is money. That's why ExtraHop RevealX 360 takes you so quickly from detection to the forensic packets that you need to investigate any incident across your entire hybrid environment. Learn how to eradicate intruders and quickly recover your operations with our new solution brief on forensics readiness.
You know what else RevealX 360 is good for? Defending containerized environments. Securing containers requires continuous monitoring and AI-powered analysis. Now you can defend your Amazon ECS, Amazon EKS, Google Kubernetes engine, Azure AKS, Docker, OpenShift, Nomad services, and many more. Check out our data sheet and discover how you can unify security across your containers and services.
Gosh, Justin, I'm not sure if there was enough acronyms in there.
There's a few.
Just a couple.
If
you didn't catch all that, you can definitely check out the data sheet and you can read them again there.
Mm-hmm. And there's one more for you. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, also known as CISA, recently issued a new directive requiring United States federal agencies to update their processes for remediation of nearly 300 vulnerabilities listed in the CISA-maintained Known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog. Now, while this is a new announcement and it's focused towards federal agencies, it can also serve as best practices for private organizations. So go check out our blog to learn more about what it could mean for you.
All right, now it's time for Threat of the Month. This time we're talking about supply chain compromise.
And speaking of supply chains, Rachel, did you happen to receive one of these in the mail? I am not sure that there's much left that hasn't been circled in here by my kiddos.
You know, Justin, I did receive one of those, and my oldest child not only went through and circled a bunch of that stuff, she decided that it would be far more efficient to bypass Santa and go straight to Alexa with her requests.
These kids are getting way too smart for us. But as a good reminder, it's a good time to make sure to get your holiday orders in now. But really, when we talk about supply chain compromise, we're not referring to your Amazon order taking longer to be delivered or someone parking perpendicular in the Suez Canal.
No, when we say supply chain compromise, we're talking about the type of attack made famous by SolarWinds Sunburst, which took place almost exactly a year ago. It was also used by ransomware attackers in the Kaseya attack earlier this year, and believe it or not, was even used in the infamous NotPetya attack of 2017 that nearly took down the global shipping supply.
In a software supply chain attack, attackers use a trusted software to gain access to multiple customer environments. Put simply, they introduce malware into a software update, and once companies apply that update, their systems are compromised. It's a fast way to hit a large number of targets, and it exploits one of the key things that businesses rely on most: trusted software. It's really what makes these attacks so insidious. They aren't just exploiting software, they're exploiting trust.
Encryption is a hot topic at the moment. Not only is it used by cybersecurity professionals to protect sensitive data, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it's increasingly used by cyber attackers to mask their lateral movement. Earlier this month, ExtraHop Jamie Moles, Senior Technical Marketing Manager, joined Enterprise Security Weekly to discuss the various techniques attackers are using to cover their tracks using encryption, and makes the case for why strategic decryption provides faster, more confident defense. Check out the podcast.
Our friends over at Dark Reading have an interesting article surrounding Nobelium, the Russian-based threat actor behind the supply chain attack on SolarWinds. Since May, Nobelium has attacked at least 140 cloud service providers and compromised 14 of them, according to Microsoft, which has been tracking the campaign. Fun fact, did you know that Nobelium is also known as Cozy Bear? And Justin, I seem to recall a recent Halloween costume that was something on that theme.
Yes, Rachel, you are correct. I did dress up as Cozy Bear for Halloween, and there is a picture that lives on the ExtraHop LinkedIn Live page if you want to reference it.
I highly encourage people to check it out.
It was pretty great. Yeah. Now, from one holiday to another, I'm sure you're all getting ready for a short week coming up here, along with Thanksgiving and Native American Heritage Day. We're also getting some big online shopping days in with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But our recent security trends have shown us that these long weekends are a big favorite for ransomware attacks. And this year alone, we've seen attacks on Mother's Day, Memorial Day, and the 4th of July. The FBI, CISA, and we here at ExtraHop all recommend the same precaution. Don't click on suspicious links, especially if you're doing a lot of online shopping. Make sure to look out for suspicious emails or pop-ups on unfamiliar sites.
And finally, we have a quick update from last month. If you watched our October TLDR, you'll remember that our Senior Director of IT Operations, Bry Hatch, has some pretty long, glorious locks. Correction, he had long, glorious locks, but as of a few weeks ago, he went on LinkedIn Live and shaved his head and beard, all in the name of women and diversity in tech.
That's right. Bry raised over $31,000 for aid to the Developers Academy, Anita B, Black Girls Code, Black Girls Hack, Girls Who Code, and Women Who Code. It was a lot of fun watching the transformation, and we are very happy to report that Bry is adjusting well to his new look.
Great stuff and a great cause. And that's a wrap on this month's TLDR. I'm Paul Diddy.
I'm Justin Carter.
And I'm Rachel Peppel, and you can find all the stories we've discussed today on our blog by heading to the link below, extrahop.com/TLDR.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next month for more stories and all things cybersecurity.
And as we enter into the holiday season, we remind everyone to stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.